Every country around the world deals with social, political, and economic challenges regarding the nature of each nation. Those said challenges, happening in a globalized society, require the input of all governments and the private institutions that oversee the economy of each country, or so-called macroeconomics. But what are macroeconomics? Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the behavior and performance of an economy as a whole. The goal is to reduce uncertainty and risk in economic decision making. It includes taxes, government spending, exchange rate determinants, and monetary rules.
It is divided in two types of policies, the fiscal and monetary. The fiscal policy is focused on balancing the government spending and income programs, broadening the taxpayer base and making tax collection system more efficient. In Mexico, the institutions in charge of the fiscal policy are Secretaría de Hacienda y Crédito Público and the SAT. People with formal jobs are required to pay taxes at the last one. On the other hand, the monetary policy is supposed to guarantee the purchasing power of the peso by controlling inflation and tracking the exchange rate. In our country, Banco de México handles those affairs. The economic model in Mexico is a mixed economy, and it is established in the Constitution. It was made through the years by the globalization and adopted a lot from neoliberalism with a lot of regulations.
The country's government system plays a huge role in macroeconomics. As for Mexico, our democracy implies that both the legislative and executive branch are in charge of them. The executive power controls the spend of resources, meanwhile the legislative approves and supervises the compliance of the rules which macroeconomics are guided by. The compliance of such rules and the correct spending of resources, among other factors, promote the indicators that assess progress and stability in Mexico. Those indicators are GDP, inflation, unemployment rate, interest rate.
But what happens when we stop focusing on a single country and acquire a more broad point of view? Mexico, as a lot of countries with a capitalized system, needs the participation of other countries and institutions to support the socioeconomic development. If a country wants to develop, it shall look out for economic relations beyond their borders.
Meanwhile, every country evolves their economic model by changing and modifying things according to the necessities and development of the world. Mexico hasn't been doing it correctly, by still basing our economy on natural resources, which of course are efficient and a central part of the development of the planet. However, they have lost their economic value and for the modern world are not as efficient as they were several years ago. Mexico has not achieved correctly the entrance to the modern era, and this led us to some problems regarding on human rights and the search for social justice.
Yet individuals will still make up for a one true self within the entire society, where the correct functioning of each part accomplishes development and common welfare. As aware citizens, we have the responsibility to innovate, look for a better future, and work towards a world where every human enjoys human rights and civil justice.